Auto Accident Help Desk is a marketing agency connecting callers with attorneys. Providers pay a fee for advertising services.
I love getting my kids ready and driving them to school.
But a careless driver can change your life in an instant, and insurance companies want to settle on the cheap. Auto Accident Help Desk connects victims with powerful lawyers. They fight for you.
I called Auto Accident Help Desk and got help for my pain and suffering.
Don't let an insurance company take advantage of you. Our attorneys fight and beat big insurance every day.
Call 800-297-9766. 800-297-9766.
If you've been injured in an automobile accident in the last 6 months, you owe it to yourself to make this free call with no obligation. We're available 24/7 to help you get the money you deserve for your pain and suffering. Auto Accident Help Desk helps accident victims like you every day.
Call 800-297-9766. 800-297-9766. 800-297-9766.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sportsbook. Available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E. Make your first wager of $20 or more and you'll get $100 in free bets. That's $100 in free bets when your first wager on Borgata Sports is $20 or more. Get into the action with BorgataSports.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. As a matter of fact, it's our 200th episode of the Book Report this week. We're going to be talking about a bunch of new state and local numbers for sports betting for the month of September. We've got the launches. We've got our deals section we talk about. We've got legislation. Any of the stories we don't cover during this episode, as always, they'll be in print form, as well as other stories we didn't cover on the Turnpike Sports blog. Go over to turnpikesportsradio.com, click on the blog button, and you'll see the full week's version of the book report in print form. To start off with, we had some interesting numbers coming in with September. We had a high watermark for one state, but we have another state who is just going crazy. They just set state and national records.
Yeah, I think I think it's the state we're sitting in right now, right?
It is the state of New Jersey.
Yes.
New Jersey's September handle was $1.01 billion.
Unbelievable.
New Jersey is the very first state in this nation to pass the $1 billion mark for monthly sports betting handle.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's just kind of the way the state's been going. They have 22 sports books online. They have the retail books both in Atlantic City and North Jersey, and also at the racetracks. It's an industry that a lot of people are constantly amazed at. Some people thought maybe New Jersey was going to hit the $1 billion mark earlier on, especially back in December of 2020, where they had the previous record of $996 million. They came $4 million away from $1 billion back then.
I think everyone agrees that it was a matter of time when New Jersey got it. But, now that it finally hit the $1 billion mark, I mean, everyone's just amazed at the growth of sports betting, and not only in New Jersey, but everywhere in this country.
Well, think about it in terms of this. The September handle of $1.01 billion was 1.42% of the national post-PASPA handle overall since 2018.
Yeah, wow.
1 month was
incredible.
Almost 1.5% of the overall handle in the entire U.S. sports betting history. That's an incredible number.
It is. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. And I guess everyone's attributing the high handle to the start of football.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's September. One other little note for for New Jersey in terms of overall handle, they are $1.007 billion away to be the first state reaching $20 billion in post-PASPA handle.
Wow.
Now, that's kind of interesting because that means if they have another month like this, they're going to do it in October. They're definitely going to do it in November to hit the $20 billion mark.
Well, look, like I always say about New Jersey, it's population density. New Jersey, the very unique thing about New Jersey, is that it has more people per square mile than any other state in the union. So, we have Pennsylvania next to us. We have New York next to us. So it's one of those things. We have a lot of professional teams, and I'm not even going to mention the college teams because you really can't bet on them in New Jersey.
Yet, anyway.
So
we'll see what happens after Election Day.
But and the media drives it here too. I mean, like I said, we have New York media coming into our state, Pennsylvania media coming into our state, and there are so many betting shows and so much information, so much data that we have at our fingertips that, it's just absolutely incredible. And it's in front of you everywhere you go. I mean, you walk out of your house, it's radio shows like this and, TV shows, and you're driving down the highway, there's billboards everywhere. So it's everywhere.
Well, if you listen to New York, they're giving New Jersey 20% of their handle anyway.
Like I said, everyone in New Jersey is very interested to see what will happen when New York gets mobile sports betting.
I honestly don't know if that's going to make a difference. I think New Jersey's got its own industry. You may see a little drop off, but I think you're looking at probably maybe another month, maybe 2 months of $1 billion handles coming in the next couple of months here. So, I don't know.
October is going to be very interesting because not only we have the baseball playoffs, we have the start of hockey, we have the start of basketball, and we have football going on. Yeah. So, I'm very interested to see the October numbers for New Jersey.
Well, I think we may see another $1 billion month there. I don't know.
We'll see.
Like I said, they've been flirting with $1 billion handle for quite a while, and
I'm certainly contributing to the
so am I.
Jersey,
But here are a couple other numbers. 91% of the September handle was online. So the mobile betting industry in New Jersey is very healthy.
Yeah.
This was also the state's 17th monthly handle of $500 million or more. Only Nevada has more, and that's 18. Mm-hmm. So we may see New Jersey surpass Nevada in that category as well.
Well, Nevada had a head start in sports betting. So
but,
we'll see.
Everyone focuses on the handle number, but New Jersey also set a record nationally for the more important number, which was revenue.
Okay.
New Jersey had the September the $1.01 billion in handle generated $82.4 million in sports betting revenue. That's a new national monthly record as well. Mm-hmm. So New Jersey's setting records everywhere. And it's kind of interesting to see exactly where New Jersey stands in all this. It was one of the first states to jump on board after PASPA was repealed, and it's taken the lead, and it's held on to that lead in really vigorous fashion.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm very interested to see how New York, when they jump in on mobile sports betting, how that's going to affect New Jersey's numbers. But we'll see. It's been a great ride for New Jersey.
Well, I mentioned another state having a high watermark, and that was Pennsylvania.
All right.
They came in with $578 million in September handle for sports betting. They are the third state to pass $9 billion in post-PASPA handle.
Wow. Okay.
So Pennsylvania's starting to make some noise, too, in terms of the sports betting numbers. They handle more so than the revenue and the taxes and all that.
Well, Pennsylvania is a huge state, and they have two pretty big cities in it. Well, actually three. I'm going to count Harrisburg as. I was thinking Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, but, Harrisburg's got some pretty big population numbers too. So, a lot of people in Pennsylvania, and they love their sports betting.
Well, we're going to move on to some launches that have happened over the last week here. We have two launches involving Rush Street Interactive, but we're going to start off with the NFL.
Okay.
The NFL, and I'm going to read this strictly from the press release so I get this right, because this is an important launch that they did. The National Football League announced the launch of an extensive integrated league-wide responsible betting public awareness program.
Great.
Now, we've been talking all the way through, doing this show about Epic risk management and also the AGA's Bet Responsibly program.
Yep.
But this one is done, and also we have the 1-800-GAMBLER organization, too.
Sure.
This one is done with the National Council on Problem Gambling. And what this is going to be doing, it's a league-wide program that they're going to be doing for responsible betting. This is sports betting. Mm-hmm. The key message encourages people to play responsibly by sticking to a game plan. Always got to have a sports metaphor when you're dealing with a sports team. Setting your budget, limits for betting, using licensed regulated operators. One aspect of this is very interesting. The money that the NFL has provided to the National Council on Problem Gambling is going to go to a grant program that the NCPG is going to be instituting on both a state and a national level to create more problem gambling awareness programs and treatment centers throughout the country.
I think that's great because, like I just said, I mean, here in New Jersey, it is everywhere. It's right in front of your face. And if you have a problem with gambling, I mean, what's happening with, the commercials and the billboards, it's not making it easy for anyone who has a problem with gambling. So I'm glad their NFL stepping up and doing something.
Well, again, this is, the individual teams are starting to do their own deals with the different problem gambling awareness programs out there. It's great to see a league-wide effort going on here. Now, I just mentioned at the top of this segment that we had 2 launches involving Rush Street Interactive. One everyone is completely aware of. That's with the official launch of online sports betting in Connecticut. They had the soft launch on October 12th. The formal launch after the soft launch and testing stage was October 19th. And it involved DraftKings, FanDuel, and Rush Street Interactive. But it's under the Play Sugar House brand. Mm-hmm. So, and I remember...
I keep asking the question. We talk about mobile betting in New York. I wonder if this will motivate them to move a little quicker because now they have New Jersey to the south, they have Connecticut to the north of them, and it's just as easy for New York bettors to drive over, take that 5-minute drive to Connecticut to do it like they take that 5-minute drive to New Jersey. So I wonder if this will motivate New York a little more.
Well, funny you should mention New York. They just released the tax rate matrix,
which probably complicates things more.
Well, they by the time this airs, the deadline will have passed. The applicants had until October 25th to either adjust their bid according to the tax rate matrix, or just decline to do the tax rate matrix and withdraw their bid.
Those tax rates are staggering.
Well,
for tax
again,
look, I mean, New York is going to make a lot of money, and even the sports books are going to make a lot of money, even with this tax rate, because it's New York and the population is huge there. But there's pretty big tax rate.
Well, again, it's a matrix. It's not really a set tax matrix, a set tax rate. Everyone was looking at the ultimate high level mark of 64% tax rate.
Yeah.
But that's based upon certain aspects of how you figure out the tax rate. The matrix has the number of operators, the number of platforms, and you do a little formula to get to whatever the rate is. So it really doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be 64%. By the way, just saying that doesn't even make sense to me.
There's a glitch in the matrix, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's been a joke that's being thrown around
All
because
right.
it's just it's a complicated situation that was made unnecessarily more complicated by this matrix.
Look,
and I understand what New York wants to do.
Let me tell you something. For sports betting companies, New York is such a huge prize. Oh my God! Regardless of what the tax rate is, these sports betting organizations are going to make a ton of money with New York because that we're talking about how New Jersey's doing. New York might be right there with them. New Jersey might even surpass New Jersey. Who knows? But it's such a prize for these online sportsbook companies that I'm sure they're willing to pay anything.
Well, especially some of the new ones like Fanatics,
sure,
who just launched an entire new division on gaming and betting.
Yeah.
New York is the crown jewel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Until probably California comes into play.
Look, New York is the media capital of the world. It's the business capital of the world. And, it's going to make a play for being the sports betting capital of the world. Who knows?
I still think when California comes into play, that's going to change an awful lot because there's, 9 professional sports teams there. They're going to have a whole bunch of, different plans out there that they're trying to do. They've got a couple initiatives going. I think New York better get their act together pretty quick because I think, like I said, once California comes into play, you may see that take over from New York. I don't know if anyone's going to catch New Jersey, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
Who knows? I don't see Nevada coming back out of this to take over from New Jersey. Pennsylvania, Florida maybe. I just don't see.
Don't know.
But anyway, going back to our launches, we went right off on a tangent on that one. But it was a good tangent because it was New York State. The other launch involving Rush Street was the launch of the social gaming platform Casino for Fun in Ontario.
Casino for Fun, huh?
It's a free-to-play online casino and sportsbook.
Okay, it's social, huh?
Yeah, all mobile devices, tablets, desktop, laptop computers. And this is, I saw this in the press release, and I don't know if this is the right way to phrase the description of the people that live in Ontario. Ontarians?
Ontarians.
I don't know. But it sounds like some alien, Ontarians.
I saw Anchorman the other day. San Diegoans.
Well, anyway, Casino for Fun. It's age 19 and older. BetRivers.net.
Okay.
It's not BetRivers.com like it is for the sports books in the United States. BetRivers.net. So when BetRivers actually does get a license in Ontario, they'll probably just flip that to BetRivers.com too.
Okay.
So we have those two launches. We talked earlier in the Turnpike Sports main program about Princess Cruises launching the Ocean Sportsbook.
Yes.
Which is kind of interesting. I still find that very interesting to see a mobile sportsbook on a cruise ship. Because you go out, 7 miles, international waters?
I don't know. We should find that out to see how far out you have to be to start gambling.
Well, a couple other launches. We have the Caesars app. And this was late Friday that they announced it.
This is Louisiana, right?
Louisiana.
All right.
They launched the app. It's live and running up in Louisiana right now. The press release also mentioned 3 retail locations coming.
Okay.
The retail sports books for Caesar Sports are planned at Harrah's, New Orleans, and the Horseshoe Bossier City. Okay. Those 2 are actually pending regulatory approval, whenever that is.
That's a great casino, Harrah's, New Orleans. We were there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Those 2 are going to be launching this year once they get approval. There's another one, the Harrah's Lake Charles property. They're going to be rebranding that to, I think it's a Caesars Lake Charles, and it's going to have a Caesar Sportsbook. That's going to be next year in 2022 sometime. And it's also going to have a WSOP branded poker room, too.
Great.
So, a little poker there. Kind of a fun launch here. We have PointsBet opening up the PointsBet Sports Bar and Restaurant in Detroit, Michigan.
I asked you about this because in New Jersey we went to, what's that golf thing? Topgolf.
We went to a Topgolf.
Yeah, Topgolf,
with a PointsBet bar.
Which has the PointsBet bar.
This is on the outside. There's no other restaurant name.
This is just
PointsBet bar.
PointsBet bar. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
It has their branding on the outside, their big letters, everything. They had a ribbon cutting ceremony. It's located on the south side of the Little Caesars Arena. It's a 7,200 square foot bar. It's going to have TVs all around it with PointsBet odds and stats integrated into the broadcast there. Obviously,
yeah.
I mean, I can't see them having some other sports book doing it, but they're also going to have betting themed or points betting themed menu entrees like the Parlay Burger.
Parlay Burger. I'm guessing it's different meat or the same. Different levels of meat or something like that?
I would think...
See, I was thinking like 3 beef patties or something like that.
I was thinking a plain burger to start with, then one topping is a 2-leg parlay.
Oh,
2 toppings is a 3-leg parlay.
That's
what I was thinking.
I'm assuming they might be online, so let me check it out.
Yeah, the menu's going to be there. So
okay.
Moving over to some deals. Oh, wait, one other thing before we get into it, and not too much depth into this conversation because we still don't know exactly how it's going to go, but FanDuel founder Nigel Eccles, the former founder of FanDuel, Nigel Eccles, announced that his next project called BetDex would be and this is his quote, decentralized sports betting exchange that would bring crypto to sports betting and revolutionize the industry for consumers.
I think crypto.
That's great media speak.
Let me tell you something. Crypto is the next big thing to hit sports betting. I mean, and certainly it's very interesting to see sports betting exchanges start to come into the public discussion about sports betting. So it's an interesting thing.
We've got a bunch of deals to talk about. We're going to hit one in particular that I think is actually probably, this one may actually change the way the industry looks at everything. Sport Radar did a partnership with a company called Admoni, ADMONI.
Okay.
And this is to bring sports betting data out of the home and onto outdoor locations, outdoor marketplace locations, like billboards.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I saw some of the conceptualizations
how
of
about
this.
like malls and stuff like that?
Well, any place you see like a billboard, outdoor advertising, you're actually going to see Sport Radar's data up there in terms of a line. You can see a line.
You got to watch that driving down, the Garden State Parkway or the Turnpike or stuff like that. You don't want people reading the lines off of the billboards.
Well, that's what they're planning on doing.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Should be interesting.
It's probably going to introduce a whole new level of responsible gaming issues too. There's going to be driving accidents possibly.
Well, I don't know that, but
I don't know. But
you got to be careful. You certainly don't want to look at your phone for the lines, and I don't know how detailed you can get on a billboard. And
let me tell you,
I would think stores or malls and things like that would be great.
They had a conceptualization drawing, one on a billboard,
okay,
one on this, like in Times Square.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, one of those things.
Yeah,
it filled the entire screen, and it was a game line.
Oh, that's great.
See, that kind of stuff, it's going to be one of those things.
You're betting on your phone, so if you're out shopping at the supermarket or at the mall or just running around in stores and things like that, to have a line flash by you, it was great.
Yeah. It's
like I said, you can bet anywhere.
That may actually change the way you see some of these things, more so than the billboards of the regular sports books out there. Or, all these commercials that we're seeing for everything, or even when the pop-ups when you go to news sites.
It'd be great, the lines at toll booths. You're slowing down anyway. No, you're slowing down anyway. You have your Easy Pass there. You're slowing down. You have these things going across. And I was, oh, my God. Okay,
so basically,
I can see the lines right
there.
So
would you want to hook your Easy Pass into signing up for a sports book?
Yeah, right.
You're hooking it into your bank account anyway, or a credit card. Might as well,
I'm just
take
saying,
the next step.
I'm just saying, if you want to read lines and you're going at a slow pace on the highway, you're slowing down anyway for the toll, and you might as well get the lines while you're slowing down.
Last one for the day, because we're running short on time. Fubo Gaming announced a deal to become an authorized gaming operator of NASCAR. It's Fubo's first partnership in motorsports, and its third professional sports deal following the Jets and Cavaliers deals. You're going to see Fubo at branding at track sites through the NASCAR app, and also Fubo's going to have NASCAR logos and IP on their side too when they launch their sports betting stuff.
Great.
A whole bunch of other deals. You have Bet365, we have Betway, Chalkline Sports. They're all going to be on the written version of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. Go to turnpikesportsradio.com and click on the blog to see this week's full report in print version on our blog.
That'll do for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.